Hello students, today we are going to discuss about the types of the reaction intermediates and nucleophilic substitution reactions. First of all, coming to the different types of the organic reactions. Now see here, types of the organic reactions. Types of the organic reactions. So mainly we have the substitution reactions. Substitution reactions. Second one, addition reactions. Second one, addition reaction. Third one, combustion. Nothing but burning of any material in the presence of oxygen. And mainly the products are carbon dioxide. In some cases we can get the water also. Next one, oxidation and reduction. Next one, rearrangement reactions. Substitution reactions, addition reactions, combustion, oxidation, rearrangement and elimination reactions. Elimination reactions. These are the mainly chemical reactions in the organic compounds. Okay. Substitution reactions. One of the group replaces the another group. Okay. One of the atom or group of the atom replaces the another atom or group of atom. Such type of reactions are called as a substitution reactions. Again, these substitution reactions are classified into three types. Electrophilic substitution. Electrophilic substitution. Okay. Next one, second one, nucleophilic substitution. Nucleophilic substitution. Third one, free radical substitution. Free radical substitution reactions. Next one, coming to here, addition reactions also. Again, three types. Okay, now what is the meaning of addition reactions? Okay, now two or more compounds. Okay, now adding can produce only one product. Generally, here unsaturated compound convert into saturated by adding of halogen or hydrogen, otherwise hydrogen halides. Now again, these are three types. Okay, now electrophilic addition. Okay, now electrophilic addition. Electrophilic addition. Second one, nucleophilic addition. Nucleophilic addition. Next one, free radical addition. Free radical addition. Next one, combustion, nothing but burning of any material in the presence of oxygen. Okay, now. Next one, oxidation. Okay, now. Adding of oxygen, otherwise removal of hydrogen, otherwise loss of electrons. We can call the process as a oxidation. Okay, now generally oxidation of alcohol produces the aldehydes, or it secondary produces the ketones. Again, on further oxidation, aldehydes convert into carboxylic acid. Reverse process, reduction of the carboxylic acid produces the aldehydes. Again, on reduction produces the alcohols. Okay, similarly rearrangement reactions. Okay, na? Arrangement within the molecule. Okay, na? Next one, elimination. Again, see here eliminations are divided into mainly three types. E1 elimination, E2 elimination, E1CB elimination. E1 elimination, that means the rate directly proportional to alkyl halides. So here molecularity is equal to what? Molecularity is equal to 1. Next, E2 elimination, here rate directly proportional to alkyl halide as well as, okay, now attacking base. So here molecularity is equal to 2. Here what is the E1CB? Unimolecular elimination through the conjugate base. Unimolecular elimination via conjugate base formation. So these are about the different types of the organic reactions. So next we are going to discuss about the attacking reagents. Attacking reagents. Now see here, suppose if we take the organic compound and attacking reagent, okay now, then gives rise to products, nothing but see here, this organic compound can called as a substrate, okay now, generally it is present in the large quantity. Attacking reagent, okay na, we will the small quantity we will take, okay na, we will take in the small quantity. Now see here, this organic compound, okay na, plus substrate, sorry, organic compound plus attacking reagent, okay, it follows the two paths. Path 1 is the formation of transition state. Nothing but reaction intermediates, transition state or activated complex state, then convert into products. Next stage, formation of reaction intermediates. These reaction intermediates, okay na, maybe carbocation, okay na, that means maybe free radicals, otherwise electrophiles, otherwise nucleophiles, otherwise carbenes, otherwise nitrates, okay na, these are the charged particles, nothing but the reagent or the carbon compound and the attacking reagent split into fragments. Free radical production, otherwise electrophile generation, otherwise nucleophile generation, carbenes and nitrates. Now we are going to discuss about the attacking reagents. So here attacking reagents mainly nucleophiles or electrophiles. So here first we will discuss about the electrophiles. Okay now, electrophile means electron loving species. Generally what is the charge of electron? Negative charge. So these electrophiles ready to attack the negative side of the carbon compound. Negative side. That means they are the electron deficient, otherwise they can carry the positive charge. Electrophiles, okay na, electron loving species. Now see here, now we will discuss about the electrophiles based on the charge and based on the deficiency of electrons. First one, the electrophiles nama cationic species. Now see here, with incomplete octet configuration, and who are having vacant d orbitals, can act as a electrophiles with incomplete octet configuration or having vacant d orbital. Now see here, He plus, Cl plus, Br plus, okay, carry the positive charge here, iodine plus and nitrogen NO2 plus, Next one, all the carbocation, methyl carbocation and ethyl carbocation. Okay, na? Ethyl carbocation and methyl carbocation. All these cation carrying the positive charge and electron deficient compounds. Electron deficient compound, nothing but okay, na? Incomplete octet configuration, less than the 8 electrons in the outermost shell. Next one, see here, ammonium ion and hydronium ion. Here ammonium ion and hydronium ion do not act as a electrophiles. Do not act as a electrophiles. The reason is okay, na? Having octet configuration. Having octet configuration. Having octet configuration. Okay, na? Having octet configuration. That's why this ammonium ion and hydronium ion do not act as a electrophiles because their octet okay, they have the octet configuration having 8 electrons in the outermost. Next one, see here, second part of the electrophiles. First one, cationic species. Second one, all the Lewis acids. All the Lewis acids. So what is the meaning of Lewis acid? The species, the molecules which are ready to accept the pair of electrons. Which are ready to accept the pair of electrons. Those are called Lewis acid. Which are ready to donate the pair of electrons. Those are called Lewis bases. Okay, now see here, boron trifluoride, beryllium chloride, and iron chloride, and iron bromide, ferric bromide, and tin chloride, tin tetrachloride, and antimony pentachloride. All these comes under the Lewis acid. So they act as a electrophiles. Next, coming to the last one. Okay, now some non-metallic oxides. Some non-metallic oxides. Okay, now see here, SO3 and carbon monoxide, sulfur trioxide and carbon monoxide can act as a loose electrophile. Suppose if you take the sulfur trioxide, what is the structure here? Sulfur double bond oxygen, double bond oxygen, double bond oxygen. Okay, now these electrons will migrate onto the oxygen. As a result, here sulfur acquires the positive charge. So this region behaves like a electrophilic center. Similarly, carbon monoxide also. So this is the part of the electrophiles. Electrophile nothing but electron loving species. So these are classified based on the charge and based on the electron deficient. First one, cationic species. They have the positive charge and they are electron deficient. Otherwise, they are having the vacant d orbitals. Vacant d orbitals. Coming to here, all Lewis acid. Lewis acid means the molecules which are ready to accept the pair of electrons from other species. Those are called as the Lewis acid or Lewis acids. Next one, some non-metallic oxides. Some non-metallic oxides like sulfur trioxide and carbon monoxide can behave like a electrophile. The second one, nucleophiles. They are discussing about the attacking reagents. First one, nucleophiles. The electrophiles completed. Second part, nucleophiles. Now see here. Nucleophiles means nucleus loving species or attracting species. Nucleus loving species are attracting species. Now see here, based on the charge and based on the availability of electrons, again these are classified into 3 or 4 types. First one, all the anionic species. All the anionic species. All the anionic species. Now see here, example here, methyl carbene ion, and ethyl carbene ion, and see here, hydride ion. Next one, iodide, bromide. next fluoride, next one chloride, okay na, methyl iodide, bromide, fluoride, next hydroxide, okay na, and amine, NH2 minus. All these ions behaves like a nucleophiles. Second part, okay na, species with lone pairs, species with lone pair, okay na, lone pair of electrons, species with lone pair of electrons. Coming to here, see the example water. In case of the water and the oxygen, how many lone pairs are present? 2 lone pairs are present. And ammonia, how many lone pairs are present? 1 lone pair. And hydrogen, okay na, how many lone pairs are present? 2 lone pairs are, okay na, 1 lone pair on each nitrogen atom. Next one, primary amine, next secondary amine, next tertiary amine, and ethers, ROR ethers, and alcohols, ROH, alcohols. So all these comes under the nucleophiles because they are carrying they have the lone pair of electrons, okay na. You have to remember oxygen has the 2 lone pair of electrons, nitrogen 1 lone pair of electrons. And next part, okay na, compounds are molecules with multi bonds, compounds are molecules with multiple bonds. So what is the meaning of multiple bonds? Okay, having the double bond, triple bond, okay, having the double bond and triple bond. Suppose see here examples, CH2, CH, ethene, ethyne, it is alkene, and even the benzene also comes under the unsaturated, but it behaves like a saturated, and all the homologous series of benzene. Okay na? These are about the nucleophiles. Okay na? And the fourth definition there, that means fourth category of the nucleophiles. Some nucleophiles contains the 2 centers. The 2 centers behaves like a nucleophilic centers. That means they can donate the pair of electrons from the any one center. Such type of nucleophiles are called ambident nucleophiles. Now see here. In this one, fourth one, ambident nucleophiles. So ambident nucleophile means having the 2 or more nucleophilic centers. Now see here, cyanide. This part, okay, it can act as a nucleophilic center. It also can act as a nucleophilic center. Next one more example. Nitrate ion. Here this part acts as a nucleophilic center and this part also acts as a nucleophilic center. So in the same molecule, 2 or more nucleophilic centers possible. Okay, those attacking reagents are called ambident nucleophiles. Next one, third category, amiphiles. Now see here, ambiphile means which having the both nucleophilic center and electrophilic center. Which have both nucleophilic center, and electrophilic center. Okay now. Suppose see the example. ketone. Okay na. This part nucleophilic center, this part electrophilic center. And acid halides, electrophilic center, nucleophilic center. Okay, next one, acids also, CH3, C double bond O, where the okay na, carbonyl group is present. All those act as a amiphiles. Nothing but nucleophilic part present as well as electrophilic part present. Just note it. Next one, we are going to discuss about the nucleophilicity and basicity. Nucleophilicity and basicity. Suppose see here, the species with negative charge. The species with negative charge. The species with negative charge acts as a nucleophiles, as well as bases. For understand this point, the species with negative charge acts as a nucleophiles as well as bases. Now, what is the meaning of nucleophilicity and basicity? Definitions are different. Now see here, coming to here, basicity. Okay, now basicity means affinity towards the proton. Okay, now basicity means affinity towards the proton. Okay, now see here, it can be calculated from kV expression. Nothing but kV means, what is the kV here? Dissociation constant of base. Suppose coming to your example, MOH is a base. It's split into decomposition M plus and OH minus. Here kV expression, kV is equal to concentration of M plus and concentration of OH minus by concentration of MOH. Okay, na? K means dissociation constant of acid. Kv means dissociation constant of bases. Okay, if Kv value is more, strong base. Kv value is less, weak base. Here, next one, nucleophilicity. Here, nucleophilicity means affinity towards the nucleophilic center. Affinity towards the electrophilic center. Electrophilic carbon. Okay? Electrophilic part. Nothing but here carbon. Okay, na? Next, it can be calculated from the rate expression law. Okay, na? It can be calculated. Okay, na? Can be calculated from kinetics. Okay, na? From rate constant. Okay, KL is a rate constant. Nothing but kinetics. Generally, what you write? Rate is equal to K into concentration of the something A, concentration of the B. Like this you will write. Okay, na? From this one we can calculate the, if it is nucleophile. we can calculate the strength of the nucleophilicity. Clear? Here that means once I am repeating, species with negative charge act as a both nucleophile as well as base. But the definition is different. Nucleophilicity means the affinity or the tendency attract towards the electrophilic part of the compound. Next one, basicity means the affinity towards the proton. Affinity towards the proton. Now we are going to discuss about the what is the relation between the nucleophilicity and basicity. Nucleophilicity and basicity. Nucleophilicity and basicity. Now see here, relation between the nucleophilicity and basicity. Nucleophilicity and basicity. Okay, no? Relation between the nucleophilicity and basicity. How they will be related? Directly proportional or inversely proportional. And in all times there is no need to nucleophilicity and basicity equal. Okay, na? Sometimes nucleophilic character will be more, basic character will be less. Okay, na? And what are the conditions? Okay, na? In which factor they will affect? Now we are going to discuss. First one, okay, na? In a period from left to right, from left to right, okay, na? From left to right, okay, na? Nucleophilicity and basicity decreases. Nucleophilicity and basicity decreases. Okay, na? Suppose here methyl carbon ion, stronger basic. Okay, na? Basicity is more than the amide. Then after hydroxide ion, then after fluoride. Okay, na? Here basicity is basicity and nucleophilicity. Basicity and nucleophilicity more. Both are more. Okay, now so in a period we can find one derivation. What kind of derivation? Nucleophilicity directly proportional to basicity. Directly proportional to basicity. Clear? Now second one, we coming to the group. Coming to the group. Okay. In a group, suppose if you take the 7th A group, nothing but halogens. Halogen means what? Fluoride, bromide and iodide. Now, how the nucleophilicity and basicity relates here. Now see here, first one, case 1. In a gaseous phase. Okay, na? In a gaseous phase, nucleophilicity directly proportional to basicity. Nucleophilicity directly proportional to basicity. Okay, na? Nucleophilicity directly proportional to basicity. So generally from top to bottom, basic character decreases. So what is the order here? F minus greater than, Cl minus greater than, bromine minus greater than, iodine minus. So in the gaseous phase, okay, nucleophilicity directly proportional to basicity. This is the order. Okay, now from top to bottom, acidic character increases, basic character decreases. Because hydrogen iodide is a strong acid. Okay, strong acid. The ion of the strong acid will be weak in nature. Clear? Next one we are going to discuss about the solvent. How it will be changes in a solvent. How it will be changes in a solvent. So in a roof, the next second one in a solvent. Okay now. In a solvent they have the different tendencies. Nothing but nucleophilicity sometimes it holds directly proportional. That means sometimes it inversely holds. That means in which condition it will be directly relates, in which condition it will be inversely relates. Now we are going to discuss. Now see here. Okay, in a solvent, first of all see here. Polyeprotic solvent. Polyeprotic solvent. In a polyeprotic solvent, shortcut what will get PAS. Okay, here dipole moment not equal to 0. Polyeprotic solvent. Okay, now generally in the polyeprotic solvent, the relation is nucleophilicity directly relates to the basicity. Directly relates to the basicity. Now here order is from chlorine to iodide decreases. Okay, now fluoride greater than bromide greater than iodide. That means nucleophilicity and basicity is maximum to the fluoride ion and minimum to the iodide. Here maximum, here minimum. Okay na? Next one coming to here aprotic solvent. Next one polyprotic solvent. Polyprotic solvent. Now we will discuss about the solvent separately. Polyprotic solvent shortcut is PPS. Polyprotic solvent. Here also dipole moment not equal to 0. Dipole moment not equal to 0. Now see here. In this case, nucleophilicity inversely proportional to basicity. Inversely proportional to basicity. So what is the condition here? Nucleophilicity inversely proportional to basicity. That means see here. If you write the basicity, the order is okay. F minus less than bromide minus less than iodide. Okay no? If you write the here nucleophilicity, right here nucleophilicity. Okay no? So nucleophilicity order F minus greater than minus chloride minus greater than bromide minus greater than iodide minus. That means basicity increases across the group, but nucleophilicity decreases across the group. Okay na? Basicity, wait for 1 minute. Nucleophilicity, basicity decreases, nucleophilicity increases. Okay, reverse order. It is nucleophilicity. It is basicity order. It is basicity. Here I am writing basicity order is chloride greater than bromide greater than iodide. Okay na? Now we are going to discuss about the different types of solvents. Different types of the solvents. Now see here. Different types of the solvents. Okay. Here solvents mainly divided to two types. Okay na? Non-polar solvents, polar solvents. Non-polar solvents, polar solvents. In case of the non-polar solvents, what is the B value? 0. Example here: carbon tetrachloride and carbon disulfide and benzene. Coming to your polar solvents, again these are two types. Okay na? Here mu not equal to 0. Here polar protic solvents, here polar aprotic solvents, okay na? Here polar aprotic solvent, examples here, okay, which is here acetic acid, okay na? Next one ammonia. All these are example to the all the acids, okay, oxalic acid, all these are comes under the polar aprotic solvents. Polar aprotic solvents, HMPA, hexamethyl phosphoramide, okay na? DMS, dimethyl sulfate, DMSO, dimethyl sulfoxide, okay na? Next one DMF, dimethyl formamide and DMA, dimethyl estamide and THF, tetrahydrofuran. Clear? Now we will discuss about these structures once. Now see here, suppose DMF, full name is dimethyl formamide, okay na? Structure is HC double bond O N CH3 CH3, okay na? Dimethyl formamide. Next one dimethyl acetamide. Its name is dimethyl acetamide. Structure is CH3, C double bond O N CH3 and okay. In case of the amide, okay, on the nitrogen atom, 2 hydrogen atoms are replaced by the methyl. Okay, next one THF. THF means tetrahydrofuran. Okay, structure will be like this. Okay, next one DMS, dimethyl sulfide. Okay, now the structure will be CH3, yes, dimethyl sulfide. Next one DMSO. Okay, now here dimethyl sulfoxide, CH3, C S double bond O CH3, dimethyl sulfoxide. Next one acetone. Okay, formula CH3, C double bond O CH. Next one HCl HMPA. Its meaning is hexamethyl phosphoramide. Hexamethyl phosphoramide. Okay, its structure is like this: P double bond O N. Here nitrogen, 2 methyl groups on the nitrogen. Here third nitrogen atom, 2 methyl groups on the nitrogen. So these are about the solvents. Okay na? Generally here polar aprotic solvent favors the SN2 reaction and polar protic solvent favors the SN1 reaction. Okay na? That we will discuss detail in the next class. Thank you.